All right, all right. You guys are live with Olivia at Campus Insights, where we are doing our 10-minute live spark, trying to show teachers how we can spark curiosity in less than 10 minutes. And I am joined today by the one, the only Energizer Educator, Rodrick Johnson. Not only energizing educators, but teaching them to rekindle their passion and to allow students to really be engaged by making those connections. And I'm just so happy he's here joining us. He is also a featured speaker at our Spark Curiosity Conference taking place June 19th and 20th in Austin, Texas. So, without further ado, because we only got 10 minutes, we're going to and he's sparkling, he's sparking so much. I had to wear my sunglasses for a little bit because that energy is just contagious. It is so contagious. So I'm gonna get right into it, Mr. Johnson. And one question I want to first ask you, because you observe a lot of classrooms as an
Yes.
instructional coach. What do
Yes.
you think is one thing that is killing curiosity today?
One thing that's killing curiosities are the lectures that teachers feel that they need to do. I go in classrooms and I hear a lot of teacher talk. I actually observe teachers and I do a column for what teachers say and a column what students say. And over 95% of my teachers have a long teacher section of what happens, but the student side is filled with they raised their hand and they gave like one sentence to answer the question. And that is the worst thing that a teacher can do because then your brain won't hurt. So I
I
just
love that you say your brain won't hurt. Because
yeah, because I
really,
feel
we
like
want
good
students' brains
teaching,
to hurt a little bit, right?
yeah, your brain got because if you're not flexing the brains, you're not creating neurons, and you're not making them connect, then you're not doing anything but facilitating a session of dialogue.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I think we know this, and I think many teachers know this because we went to school and we had the same. This is how we learned though. How can we really foster curiosity when we've learned in this very passive learning environment to just lecture and deliver information?
I think we have to go back to the unlearning phase that we did when we got into our teacher programs, and we have to realize that these students are curious about things in life, and it's our job to kind of navigate. I always tell teachers, you are the map quest, but the student is the driver. So your job is to map out the way from point A to point B and allow them to get into work. So while you may give them a lecture traditionally, it's important to give them maybe a STEM, maybe something that they can work on by themselves. So give them, think of an escape room, right? In an escape room, they give you a STEM and they tell you go figure it out. Well, if we're doing that in the classroom, think about how much fun you have in an escape room, right? And some of us don't solve it, but at the end of the day, you try. So let's make our classrooms more of an escape room. Escape ignorance, escape not challenging ourselves, escape not talking all day just to yourself where students can't hear it. And let's get out of there, connect those neurons, and create curiosity.
I love that. I mean, I have this one basic slogan is that we should be focusing on exploration
Mm-hmm.
before delivery. Like,
Yeah.
how can we get students to explore and expose what they already know about a topic before? And a lot of people say, "Oh, I asked my students a question," but how are you able to collect the data when you just ask it to the whole group? It's
Yeah.
really, really hard. You got to
Yeah.
get them working in small groups so that they can have a conversation. You can be more of a facilitator to go around and then you got to have some guiding questions. You can't just be like, "Oh, groups don't work for me." You got to structure it. It takes a little while, and I want to say that's one of the biggest kind of hurdles that I see is that we really don't know how to structure that guided discussion around exploration because we want a right answer. We
But
don't we don't want people just to have information.
and I think the problem with that is that it happens to us, right? Our training programs, they're lecturing to us, so we feel like we have to lecture to them when realistically teaching is not about the lecture, it's about the experience, right? It's about imparting energy to the next person. Energized educator, right? You are taking that energy that you have, you're taking that knowledge that you have, and you becoming a vessel to release that knowledge to somebody else. And that is when the curiosity floats in the room and it bounces back. The energy starts to transfer and you get more of a bang with your buck. And then we see less behavior issues, right? We see less teacher burnout because we're not the sage on the stage anymore. And then you also see a lot of student-to-student interaction about deep topics that you never thought that they would be able to discover on their own.
I love that you said it because I know at the Spark Curiosity Conference, you're going to be talking about how to cultivate a curious classroom. I don't know
Yeah.
if you want to just spit one little nugget
Yeah.
because you're going to bring the energy because I feel like really teachers really struggle with how to transfer that energy you said inside. How do I transfer it from myself to a student?
Don't think museum, think playground. And so I know it sounds crazy, right? Your classroom could be a playground, but think about how you learn how to get on the monkey bars, right? You didn't just go up there and go, no, you had to figure out, okay, this hand goes this way, this hand goes this way, this hand goes this way, and this hand goes this way. So I want you to take your mind out of the schoolhouse and I want you to go back to the playground and I want you to think about how you learn how to slide down the slide. I want you to think about how you were on the monkey bars. I want you to learn how you did the jungle gym. These are the way we teach our children. Trial and error, and I'm here to catch you if you fall, right? That's what education is about. The museum, we love museums, but we like to touch stuff. What can't you do in a museum? You can't touch stuff. You can't be loud. You can't take pictures. And you can only be curious, but you can't really talk about your curiosity because you're in a quiet place. But on the playground, you could be as curious as you want to be. You can do the slide if you want, the monkey bars if you want, the jungle gym if you want. You can even do the swing and learn about physics. So really unlearn the classroom as a sacred space and really expand the classroom to a space of discovery and curiosity. And you'll learn that at the Spark Curiosity Educational Conference.
That's my last little thing I was going to ask you is like, why should someone want to be there in person? Like, what are they going
Listen,
to get?
we're
What
not
are they
doing
going to get?
PowerPoint. This is not going to be a PowerPoint sit down workbook. We're not doing that. We are literally going to get up and we are going to go back to the time when we were curious. Yes, we are going to have jungle gyms. Now, they might not be real jungle gyms, but we're going to use our imagination and really go back to the times when we were young and we created, and we're going to really do it differently this time. So when you come back from this conference, you're going to teach differently, you're going to walk differently, and you're going to spark curiosity because that is what we're doing in Austin, Texas.
All right, my friend, you got it down. You know, I just love the fact that we have platforms like this and we can put out this information. And it's time for us to
Yeah,
make a shift in education. And I think the shift is going to come from having conferences like Spark Curiosity,
yeah.
where teachers can get practical things that they can implement tomorrow, not something that is going to hurt your head and you're going to feel like I can't do it. Our goal is to make you feel like I can do it.
You
So
can do it.
Yes. So we got like a minute and a half left. And one thing we're going to be doing at Spark Curiosity, we're going to be dropping original tracks, original songs designed to inspire and uplift teachers. Now, this song we're going to share today, he said it earlier that if we're not making kids' heads hurt, there's a problem. They heads need to hurt to show that they are thinking, that they are working. So this song is called Make My Brain Hurt. Let's see if we can play it here.
Come on, Brain Hurt. Y'all come on down to this conference and register. I want to see you.
Make it hurt, make it burn. Time to learn, time to learn. Walking in the classroom another day. Teacher's got that look, I know what she'll say. We're going deeper today, no time to waste. Got my mind prepared for the mental race. Problems on the board looking complicated, but that feeling in my head that's growth activated. Not the kind of hurt that makes you wanna quit, but the kind that lets you know your brain's getting fit. I can feel it working, neurons firing up. Pushing past my limits, never giving up. This isn't pain, it's progress. This isn't strain, it's success. Make my
brain hurt.
That's how I know it's working.
Yeah.
Make
Make
my
my
brain
brain
hurt.
hurt.
That's how I know I'm learning.
That's how I know I'm
If it
learning.
doesn't challenge me, then how will I grow? So make my brain hurt. Let the knowledge flow.
Let the knowledge flow.
Hey, listen, that's just a sample. Listen, we can't give you the whole thing, but the people who do come will get access to all of the original songs plus the Unleashing Curiosity book. So I want to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Johnson. Thank you so much for taking 10 minutes out of your day to help spark curiosity. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
So
you
that's
for having
it.
me.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you in
See you
August.
at the conference.
See you at the conference.
All right now.
QRL is right there. There you go.